Oh no, we suck again. The story of my life is a Bears fan. Won't believe my eyes, cause false hope's all I know. I just wanna win. Thought we could beat this team on Sunday night for all the world to see. You think I'd learn by now, but false hope's all I know. I just wanna win. Just wanna win, I just want a win. But we suck again, we suck. My fandom keeps me thinking that they'll be much better. Each new week they go compete. Then once again, all hope is drained from me. When I see that we suck again, and then I'll start to believe again. It's killing me. Each year I toe the line of super fandom and reality. Check my vital signs, hopes on life support. I just wanna win. I just wanna win, I just want a win. But we suck again, we suck. My fandom keeps me thinking that they'll be much better each new week that they compete. Then once again, all hope is drained from me. When I see that we suck again, and then I'll start to believe again. It's killing me. The Bears.
Dave Swirsky. That was beautiful, Barnes.
I hate you, Josh. I really do. Like, there's some days where I just hate you. Today's one of those days. Wow. Josh, put our names on. Put our names on the thing.
What's up?
Put our names on the thing.
Oh, yep. You're right.
Dude, he always fumbles. He always fumbles that. There we go. Hey, guys. We started off. Dude, that guy has like one of the most Chicago names ever.
Yes.
Dave
That's his
Swirsky.
name. I don't know if it's actually his name. I hope it is.
I think it's his actual name. Dave Swirsky. Like, that's such a Chicago name.
You can't even say it without the accent.
No, you can't. Dave
It's
Swirsky.
just, yep.
That's how it goes.
But we got a jam-packed show today. After
Yes, we
everything
do.
that went down yesterday. And listen, I'm going on a rant to start because even with the bad connection, because I see that thing at the top. Here, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave and come back, and then I'll do the rant because maybe that'll help the connection. So
your connection's fine on my side. He's fine.
Really? Because it says that the connection's unstable.
No, it does that all the time to me too. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Well, then, people want to talk about how this trade deadline sucked. Nothing happened. Listen, last year was historic in terms of electricity with a trade deadline. You're not gonna see that every year. But normally the trade deadline's one or two trades. We had 6 trades yesterday, and 2 the day before. Yes, big names might not have gotten dealt to the extent that some people thought. But don't say yesterday was boring. There was a lot.
Dude, it's just because you look at other sports, like NBA's trade deadline is always nuts. It's nuts every year. Same with the MLB. Both of those two, they're both nuts. Like the NFL, no, it's not the same game whatsoever.
No.
It's not the same game.
In one day is a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I'll take it all day.
Yeah.
I'll take it. And so we have that to get into.
Nice. Wasn't like
This is our full slate today, ladies and gentlemen. We have that. We have the Raiders. We have. I got something about the Bears. I don't know if you saw that about another coach. Thursday night football picks. Josh's power rankings. Let's start off with trade deadline. Go.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's pull them up.
So I'm gonna pull up just the list so we can go through them all.
Yeah.
Let's pull it up right here on CBS Sports.
CBS Sports.
All right, let's.
Welcome everybody back to Burns and
All
Birdman.
right.
And I'm back on camera now.
Yeah. Episode 25, Burns. Can you believe it?
No, I really can't. 25 is pretty wild. Damn, we're a fourth of the way to 100. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. This is the first trade because we're going into an order of what happened. Montez Sweat.
Hey, Josh, get rid of our names. Get rid of our names.
All right.
There we go. Montez Sweat to the Bears. I'll take this one real quick.
Go ahead.
A lot of people are wondering why. A lot of people are saying, why the hell?
A lot of criticism on this one, yeah.
Why'd Chicago at 2-6 right now go out and get themselves a 27-year-old veteran pass rusher? And myself at first, I love it. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of this move. And you know what? Two of the defenders out there are you and Nico. Those are two of the defenders on this deal. Because here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is they see this and they go, he's in the last year of his contract. It's done. Why would they trade for a rental at 2-6 right now?
Right.
Which is not what they did whatsoever. The reason why they went and got Montez Sweat is, number one, our defensive line is atrocious. It is atrocious.
It's the worst in the NFL.
We needed it. And number two, as the news broke today, and as I expected, they are already talking about a long-term contract extension with Montez Sweat, which is the whole point.
Done without the extension basically being in place.
Yeah, no, that's the only reason why they went and traded for him. And number three, you look ahead to this year's draft, and it's very offensive heavy. This draft is very offensive heavy. There's not a lot of like there's a couple, obviously. There's a couple in every single draft, good edge rushers and good defensive players, but it's very offensive heavy. And the one thing that the Chicago Bears really needed on that defensive line was a veteran edge rusher. Somebody to help.
Productive edge rusher.
Yes, somebody who's productive. And the one thing that I like about him is, lastly, the last thing about this whole Montez Sweat trade is a lot of people were mad that we got him instead of Chase Young. Now, here's the thing, and I actually do have one more point to bring up with this as well. Number one, the thing with Montez Sweat is when you're on this struggling defense, you need a veteran presence. You need a veteran presence that's consistent and stays healthy, and that's what he does. Chase Young, hell of a player, don't get me wrong, hell of a guy. He struggles with staying healthy a lot. There's been a lot of injury issues with Chase Young.
Yeah. A
lot of them. And I honestly think that, when they're both in, I think that Montez Sweat has his moments that he could be the better player. He could. So I'm a fan of this trade. And lastly, what it means. And this is where the big news comes in. And this is one of my takes. This means that Justin Fields will be the quarterback of the Chicago Bears next year.
Why do you think this move says that?
You don't go and sign a 27-year-old veteran to completely restart this team. You don't do that. If you get rid of Justin Fields, it is a franchise reset. It is an entire franchise reset. They're not going to do that.
Whether you build around
Justin
Fields or not, you need a reset. Whether that involves
coaching staff or not. Coaching staff 100%. Coaching staff 100%. But this is what's going to happen now. Now that I'm seeing this, you got Montez Sweat. You sign him to a long-term deal. You're going to franchise tag Jalen Johnson because apparently he said, oh, I'm going to enter free agency. No, you're not. You're getting fucking franchise tag the second the offseason starts. He will be in Chicago. And then after that, you look into the draft. You draft another offensive lineman, and then you either get Marvin Harrison Jr. or you get another edge rusher. You get somebody else on that defensive line as well. And then you look at this team, and they also have $120 million in cap space, the most in the NFL this offseason.
Yep.
You go shopping again, and you just build the trenches, and you just look at Justin Fields. Yeah, and let's say somehow from either Carolina or us, the Bears end up with somehow the first overall pick. I think that they're going to trade it and get a haul instead. I think it's going to be the same thing as last year. I think of this organization that they want to stick with Justin Fields. They want to stick with the quarterback and build around him.
Theoretically, I feel like you're telling me that theoretically, because I'm not even saying this happened, theoretically, Justin Fields comes in and shows no sign of improvement, and those 2 games were an anomaly. You're telling me you still think they stick with Fields? Because I think it all depends on what he does. For
it's a variable. It is. It's a weird situation to look at, right?
I don't think there's a decision at all yet.
I think that even if he looks mediocre, that they're going to keep him. I think it's only if he's bad. I think that's the only way. I think the only way that they get rid of him is if he plays bad football.
I would advise against keeping a mediocre quarterback around, though.
I know, but that's what they're
when you have an opportunity to have a top 5 pick.
But Josh,
quarterback, you look to replace him.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to keep him. I swear to God. I swear on everything. I know this fucking organization. I think. Well, you see, also here's the thing. Because you're going to be looking in the head coaching market this offseason.
Right.
Obviously.
Most likely, almost definitely.
Yeah. I think that Ben Johnson out of Detroit would be great. They're looking for a guy like Mike McDaniel. To come to Chicago.
Don't grow on trees, man.
Yeah, no, they don't. But that's what they want. They want a young offensive guru. That's what they want.
It's what everyone wants.
It's what we need, too. It's exactly what we need. And that's what the Bears thought that Mark Trestman was back in the day, even though that guy's a loser. That's what they thought Matt Nagy was, and he's a loser too. But I don't know. I like him a lot. Or they're going to go with the veteran head coach, and I can see Jim Caldwell being in the conversation. He was a while ago. He was the last time around, and I actually really liked him. I think he did a great job when he was in Detroit. Honestly, right. I don't know why he got so much hate. I'll never understand that. Well, I mean, obviously they found their guy, Dan Campbell now. And no, Ben Johnson is not staying in Detroit. He is going to get
no matter where he goes, he will not be. He will not be the Lions OC next year.
No, he is getting a head coaching job.
I'm telling you right now, whether it's the Bears or not, Ben Johnson will not be in Detroit next year, unless if he was the head coach, which obviously won't happen either.
Jim Caldwell was not trash. He literally got fired after the Lions went 10-6. Yeah. He was not a bad coach at all. He was just like Lovie Smith. He was the exact same coach, basically. He was not a bad coach whatsoever. I don't understand the hate that much. And a veteran presence, I mean, you saw the same thing with Doug Peterson going to Jacksonville. Yeah. And he went crazy there. Like, I don't know. It's going to be so weird these next couple months. A lot of shit going on. But I don't know. I like the move. I like the move from Montez Sweat.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here. Next one, Josh Dobbs to Minnesota.
Yeah, this was a shocker.
This was interesting because this week it sounds like it's going to be Jaren Hall this week to give Dobbs time.
Yeah, you can't start him after what, like a couple days? No.
Right.
What do you think?
I think people have liked Josh Dobbs unnecessarily more than they should.
He's a likable guy. He's a likable guy.
He's got a great first name, but he's not proven to be anything better than a best case scenario number 30, 31, or 32 starting quarterback in the NFL. Best case scenario.
Yeah, agree.
He is not good. He is a bad quarterback as a starter. He's not what you want.
Sure.
And if you're looking at potential options that were out there, if the question is him or Jacoby Brissett, him or Case Keenum, even bringing him back to Minnesota, him or Jameis Winston, Josh Dobbs is number 4 on that list of quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, they should have got Jameis. I don't know why they didn't go out and get Jameis. I mean, it was talked about. They should have got Jameis. But either way, it's just you look at the Vikings now, and it just hurts. It hurts because they just found their stride, too.
Yeah.
They just started rolling. They're back to 500, and now Kirk Cousins out for the year.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. You got a lot of talent there. We're hearing with Jefferson that he's eligible to come back, not this week, but next week. But we're hearing that it might be a couple more. It might take some time here for Jefferson to come back. It's not like this is a guy that was put on IR with a 4-week in your back mindset. It was the thought of maybe 4 to 6 type of mindset. That is what this injury with Jefferson is. It's not something that, oh, he'll be back next week, no question about it. It might take some time, and they need him.
Yeah. I think looking into this,
they can't run the ball either. So
look, Josh, here's the thing: the Vikings, their season's over. It's over.
I agree.
I hate to say it that way, but it's over. And I hate when teams, even when it's a rival like this, I hate when teams go down just because of injury. But it's done.
That sucks. You want to see him lose to lose. You don't want to see him lose like this.
Even if Josh Dobbs turns out playing okay in Minnesota, they're gonna end maybe 9-8 at best.
Enough, though. 9-8.
It would be. It would be enough. Let's see. I'm pulling up their schedule real quick.
Their schedule is really easy.
Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Bears, Raiders. But then you play the Bengals, the Lions twice, and the Packers.
Okay, so it gets tough down the stretch.
Yeah, so
that game against the Saints is right there. I mean, that's it right there. You got to win that game.
Yeah, you have to win that game, and I think you got to beat Atlanta this weekend too. Honestly,
100%.
You do.
All right, let's move on. Next one.
I don't know.
Ooh, I love this one. No one wants to talk about it.
So trading away one of your best offensive linemen. That's when you know that it's done. It's done.
No one wants to talk about this, but I think we might look back on this as one of the better deals of the deadline. I'm telling you. Ezra Cleveland is a former second-round pick, a guy who came into the league and struggled. But he has proven to be a very good run blocker. He's not the best pass blocker in the world. He's not. But the Vikings looked at him and said he's a free agent after this season. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him around. Let's try and get something for him. I like that thought.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
100%.
But listen, from what I've seen from this Jacksonville team over the last few weeks, I'm back on that hype train that I was on to begin the year with them.
Yeah, dude, they have been playing dominant football. Dominant.
You know what has been their biggest issue? The interior offensive line. Their guards and Luke Fortner as their center has not been great. This guy is going to come in and, particular, help you run the ball, which is something they're already doing well. I like this move a lot for Jacksonville. And even if it is a rental, which we don't know, I think it's a really good one. This is a really good move.
This is a really good move. Cleveland, he is a fucking beast, and he is going to help that Jacksonville offense step up to the next level. We've seen it every week, just getting better and better and better. And this is going to help them even more. I'm a big fan of it as well.
100%. The Vikings also did bring in Dalton Reisner as a guard earlier in the season. So he's a guy that's been a starter for a while. So maybe he could be the guy that takes her place. I'm not sure. All right. The big one.
The big mama.
Oh my God. So,
dude, the 49ers have to be cheating. They have to be cheating, Josh.
So the Ravens have gotten a reputation for making moves at the trade deadline in years past, not just with Roquan, just in general. The Ravens have been, over the last 4 or 5 years, one of the more active deadline teams every single season almost. So Ravens fans were very disappointed, but we didn't make a move. And but honestly, I'm sitting here, I'm okay with us not making a move. I'm fine with it. But then you see that this guy got traded for a 3rd-round pick. And you're like, oh. Went to high school around here, obviously already plays around here in the DMV.
Would have been an easy move.
We could have done it.
Yeah. And the 49ers, there wasn't really a lot of talk about the 49ers in this Chase Young conversation. There was almost no talk about them.
There was actually more talk about them with Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, I heard Chase Young to Baltimore. I heard about him to Detroit. I heard about him to, what was the other teams in the conversation? I heard Buffalo a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard I don't remember who else.
The Niners were like in the background though.
They were a little bit, but the biggest thing is everybody's just saying they don't need him. They don't need this. They don't have to, but they did. And now you look at the front seven.
Him and Nick Bosa together.
Yeah, that front seven already had offensive lines shitting their pants, and now they're pissing it too. Looking at Chase Young on the other side, and I'm just like, wow.
And Javon Hargrave as well.
Yeah,
in the middle. Don't forget about him. He's there
dude.
too.
That's so
Eric
dangerous.
Armstead. Oh, and Fred Warner.
Dude, if they don't win the Super Bowl, like, you just failed. You failed. With this roster, if they don't win a Super Bowl with this roster, you failed. They are that.
Who does it fall on? Brock Purdy.
It does. And Brock Purdy
at the end of this season is either going to make me look really good or really bad. Because he's what's going to take this team either to the end or to another playoff exit.
Yeah.
And I'm making my case. I like him. I still do. I think he can do it. And at the end of this season, we're either going to look back on that take and say, Josh, you were right, or Josh, you were wrong.
I don't know. I think the Philly's going to go out of the NFC. I believed in it the whole year.
I did too.
Since before the season, I think that Philly's going to go to the Super Bowl. But I think the Niners are the only team that's stopping them right now. Yeah. It's only the Niners.
But
that's it.
If they lose in the NFC title game again, but it's like Brock Purdy played a great game, you can't
take that as an L.
Purdy sucks type of a thing.
No. Don't take that as an L. That's fine. All right. Next one.
Next up, this one also, this one caught my eye a little bit with DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
A lot of implications here, Josh.
Yeah. I talked about what this means with J-Mo. Because Jameson Williams is a first-round pick for them. Yes, he's been injured and suspended. But when he's been on the field, he's been very disappointing. And I made the point that I think this is a pretty big indicator that maybe they don't love J-Mo as much as some people do. Because at his peak, DPJ was a legit wide receiver too for Cleveland. He was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's proven to be a great contested catch guy, which is why I think him and Amon-Ra will pair up together great.
Yeah.
But what I got in my comments, I was about to say, was this. This is what all of my comments said. Because they did release Marvin Jones. And that is true. Marvin Jones as a replacement there. But J-Mo has only been back on the roster for a couple of weeks. If they felt that J-Mo could come in there and be a legit option as a wide receiver and take the place of either Khalif Raymond or Josh Reynolds, then they don't make this move. So yes, 100%. They're looking to replace Marvin Jones, sure. But I think they would have been perfectly fine with Josh Reynolds replacing Marvin Jones. If they like J-Mo, Josh Reynolds is your Marvin Jones replacement, and J-Mo gets more snaps over Reynolds.
100%. I just think it's going to be weird to see, and I think this offseason that they'll really make a decision about J-Mo, and they'll decide if they think that he's a guy that will be there in the future and will be a solid wide receiver for them or not. And that's going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird to see that if he's going to be that guy, if he's going to be their person. It's weird to look at, Josh.
We will see. It's going to be really interesting. And I believe the final trade, yes, Rasul Douglas.
This came out of left field for me, man. This came out of left field.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is. Packers, it's reset time. It's reset time up there. Even though they already basically are. They're the youngest team in the NFL. Like, I'm about to say, I
don't know if this is any kind of indicator of that. They were in the process of resetting anyway. They're the youngest team in the league. So it's not like
it's just like it's weird to look at.
I think the Packers saw a situation where they could get a third-round pick for him and said, deal. I think that's really what it was because
Rasul Douglas is pretty good too.
Yeah, but when they got Jair coming back, because he missed a couple games, right? He did. I'm not wrong. He missed a couple games this year, right? Jair?
Yeah.
He did. So Rasul Douglas, though, came in and played really, really well as that cornerback one. And the Bills, who lost Trey White, are saying that, he's an upgrade from Christian Benford. He can be our number one corner. So we're going to go and pounce on it. Do I think that this is a massive, unbelievably great move like I've heard a lot of Bills fans saying? No. But I don't dislike this trade for the Bills either. I think it's a good, solid move. He's a veteran who could play good football for you.
Mm-hmm.
For Green Bay, you got a third for him. It's not bad at all. Granted, you traded a fifth to get that third. But still, you got a third round pick in this trade. So I like that for them, for a team that's obviously really young and trying to build up. So
100%.
I don't hate this move for either team.
No,
I might not love it
either.
as much as some people do for the Bills, but I don't hate it either.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up the trade deadline. Well, one more thing that we could talk about is one of the names of the day was Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
And how he requested a trade that morning.
Hold up. Boom.
Attaboy, Josh. There you go. And how he requested a trade the morning of the trade deadline because him and the Bears have been in contract talks for weeks. It's been weeks. And
they just this year or next year?
After this year, he's a free agent. And they have been in extension talks for a long time. And one of the reports that came out from Jeremy Fowler at ESPN this morning, that the Bears' original offer was extremely low for Jalen Johnson, which I don't get. I don't get it.
I don't either. At all.
He's 24 years old, homegrown talent, and you're just going to not pay him, but you'll pay Tremaine Edmunds instead. You know, and Tremaine Edmunds, he's a great ball player too. But you're going to pay him and not Jalen Johnson, the guy that you not he drafted, but I don't get it, dude. The Bears are fucking known for this though. They're gonna franchise tag Jalen Johnson after this year, and he'll re-sign here again next season, I believe. But we get these talented players and we get them through the draft, and then once they turn 24, 25 years old, see ya. We don't want you anymore. We're not paying you that type of money. I don't get it.
Listen. All right, Chicago. Let me explain something to you guys here. Because let's be honest. The Bears' draft success over the last half decade has been pretty terrible as a whole. You got a massive hit with this guy. You can make a legitimate argument that this guy is a top 15 corner in the NFL. He is that good.
You can.
Some people might not even know his name, which is ridiculous, as I found out last week with you talking about your comments. But let me tell you, people need to know his name because he's legit. He's really, really, really good. And when you're trying to rebuild a team and you have a guy that is 24 years old and one of the best young players in his position in the league, the last thing you should do is even for a second consider letting him walk. Because you will regret it so much. This is a guy that you can build your defense around. Cole Kmet is a good player. Tremaine Edmunds is a good player.
That's what I was going to say.
Is a good player. But you know what? In my opinion, this is the best player on your roster.
I agree. I agree.
Back.
I agree
DJ
100%.
Moore, but still, I would honestly still say Jalen Johnson over DJ Moore.
I would too. I just think you can't let him go. You cannot let him go. There's no situation where you even think about letting him walk away.
Not unless you get first for him.
No, I still wouldn't. Because here's the thing. You already know that Jalen Johnson is proven talent. He is proven talent, and he can lead this defense for years. Why go and take a gamble and just pick somebody in the first round and pick somebody in the first round?
That's true. But here's the other thing I will say. With everything I just said, if you are under the impression that this negotiation is going nowhere and he's not going to sign a deal, then disregard everything I said because you got to get something for him because then he'll just walk for nothing. Yeah. So if the Bears are sitting in a situation where Jalen Johnson is saying, I don't care what you offer me, I don't care if you make me the highest paid corner in football, I'm not coming back. If something like that happens, then get rid of him because you can get a ton for him because he is that talented. But unless if that is the scenario, there is no reason why you should not make this move and bring him back.
100%.
No reason at all.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was not surprised to see the Bears hold on to him at all.
I agree. Okay, so we're done with the trade deadline. Pretty big day. Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Next up,
Vegas.
That's right. Vegas,
Wow.
Vegas. Clean the house. Just clean the house. I can't believe it. I mean, I do believe it. I obviously know why, and I 100% agree with the decision. It's just wild to see it just out of nowhere at like, what time did this happen at? You went to bed late.
1:01.
So midnight my time. So it was like midnight. Yeah, I went to bed early, and then I woke up. My dad woke me up at 7 a.m. calling me saying, "Do you see the Raiders fired everybody?" And I'm like, "I'm fucking sleeping right now." But wow, it was just out of nowhere. And Josh McDaniels, he's not going to
We
find another.
warned you, Vegas.
Yeah, he sucks. He legitimately sucks, and he's going to find a job somewhere else as like an assistant coach or
He'll be
something
an
like that.
offensive assistant for Bama.
Yeah. No, oh yeah, I could totally see him going to Bama. I could totally see it, but it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
LSU. That could be the case as well.
Yeah.
If only you were sitting 2 years ago having to fire your coach and an interim came in amidst maybe the most turmoil I've ever seen an organization have in one season and lead them to the playoffs. Just sitting there. If only that was the case and you decided to let him go.
Wild.
Rich Bisaccia should have been this team's coach all along. Something I've been saying. I've been saying this at the beginning. They should have kept Bisaccia. I've never seen a team ever go through as much as the 2021 Las Vegas Raiders did off the field. It was unbelievable. It was a new thing every week. And he took them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And played the team that went on to win the AFC that season in the Cincinnati Bengals down to the last play of the game when Derek Carr threw a pick on the last play. They were in a position to beat the team that went on to go to the Super Bowl.
No, it was nuts.
Fired him.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Well, actually, you didn't fire him. You just chose not to keep him. But still.
Yeah. 100%. It's wild.
It's one of those things where it's like, I wish I could feel bad for him, but no, you got what you deserved in this case. You had a guy, you overthought it, you wanted to be the 10th team to try and redo the Patriots, and you're the 10th team to fail. Because Bill Belichick, and this is the thing with Bill Belichick, everyone wants to discredit him because everything that's happened without Brady. But there is a reason why every single time someone tries to replicate what he was able to do, no one's been able to do it because you're not Bill Belichick. You're not.
100%.
It's
100%, bro.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it just doesn't work like that.
You got so much talent on that roster. There are 3 guys on that team that are legitimately elite players. Well, 2 that are legitimately elite and 1 really good one in Josh Jacobs. But Devontae Adams and Max Crosby. Max Crosby is a game wrecker. I don't know if people don't want to talk about defensive players, but if you don't understand the impact that Max Crosby has on games, you're just straight up not watching. Because he's incredible, and he's getting better.
Yeah.
And he's a complete player, too, both against the run and the pass. Devontae Adams, we all know what he is.
Yeah.
And Devontae in particular, I think, as much as talented as he is, I think they made a mistake not looking for a Devontae Adams trade because you could have gotten a haul for him. And now you're going to hold on to him in this offseason. How old is he going to be this offseason? He is going to be.
He's up there.
31.
He's up there.
Really? Okay. I thought he was going to be older than that. He's going to be 31, which actually is not terrible, but it's not young either.
Yeah.
But actually, I thought it was going to be closer to 33. But you're looking at him, and he's been disappointing this season. And if that continues to go that way, then you're not going to get the same haul that you could. Max Crosby's a guy that, I mean, he's so good where you're not getting rid of him unless you're getting like multiple firsts.
Yeah.
He's too good. You just can't let him walk.
Good. He's such a dog.
He's unbelievable.
He's unreal.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there in Vegas. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And they got.
I actually have a rant. If you probably won't even know, it's some NFL news. I don't even know if you saw this. Can I get the full screen real quick, Josh?
Yeah. Hold up. I know. Can't do both at the same time.
This is probably the most important rant of the show. So as you guys know, last night I went and saw the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and here's my honest opinion. Here's my honest opinion of it. So I'm not going to give any spoilers away. So back in middle school, I was a major nerd about the game. I like went crazy about it. And it was, if you know the story and you know about everything that happened, all the lore and everything, you will love it. You will love it. If you don't know any of that, you'll hate it. You'll hate it and you won't get it. But once I watched the movie and then right after I went and watched like a YouTube video explaining all the Easter eggs and everything, it was fire. It was fire. And everybody's mad about the animatronics acting like kids. They're literally possessed by kids. What do you expect? What'd you expect? Did you expect them to be like killer machines, which they were at the beginning? Like what'd you think? It was a good movie. I actually enjoyed it a lot. All right, that's all I had to say.
All right, there you go.
You should go and see it. It was pretty good. And Matt Pat was in the movie, the Game Theory guy, which was awesome. He was in it. He was like a waiter at the restaurant, and then he says, "Yeah, you might be hungry, but that's just a theory." And then he walked away. So he had his little cameo. It was good. Nice.
I like
it. Was good. Yeah. You definitely watched Matt Pat back in the day.
I definitely watched it. I don't know, not consistently, but I definitely watched a couple of his videos here and there.
Yeah, he was in it. It was cool. And they had like a wall inside the restaurant employee of the month, and it was a bunch of YouTubers that played.
I like that.
Like back in the day. Yeah, they had a lot of call outs to like YouTube stuff.
I like
Even though Markiplier wasn't in it, though. Markiplier should have been in it.
Wait, really? He's like the YouTuber I would associate with it.
Yeah, no, he wasn't in it. He might be in like the second one, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe he was. I don't know. He might have. He might have been
the one I would associate with that, Dan.
Yeah, they should have had an employee of the year wall, and then it should have been just him. Yeah. Because he was like the guy. He was the guy. But who isn't the guy is the Chicago Bears running back coach.
Not anymore. Who
just got fired because of behavioral issues in the facility. What the fuck? What the fuck, Josh? This is the second guy this year that's gotten fired because of either behavioral issues or we don't even really know what the hell happened with Alan Williams. I don't think that we'll ever get an answer.
We still don't know.
Yeah, we still don't know. I think that's going to be just a theory. That's all it's going to be. There's going to be conspiracy theories around him. But I don't get it. What?
I was scrolling to try and find something that I saw with the Bears. I just stumbled across the Bills injury report. Not even on purpose. But look at Rasul Douglas's name and the injury that he has.
Just got here.
Injury just got here. DNP. That's really funny. That's the official Bills injury report.
Dude, that seems like the Bills, though. That's like Bill's social media right there.
That's not what I was looking for. But
that's Bill's social media, dude. Their social media page is wild. Yeah. It's wild. Like, it's only really their TikTok, but it's crazy. But yeah, the whole report around him is just behavioral issues. That's all they said. And I don't know what that is. I don't know, like, what exactly he did, but just what the fuck? This coaching staff that Matt Eberflus hired sucks.
Yeah.
They suck. Like this is it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. There's really no other way that I could really put it. That's all I really wanted to say about him.
Yeah.
But that's it. Workplace conduct. If you get fired from somewhere because of workplace conduct, even if you think you didn't fuck up, you did. It's hard to get fired from a place for workplace conduct. It's really hard. What happened to your finger?
Oh, my God. All right. Story time. So I don't know how, but I got this infection in my finger like a week or so ago. And this is the perks of having your dad work in the medical field, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of having to go somewhere to get it taken care of and this and that, my dad literally numbed it up and drained it. So I was thinking, and he's told me the next day, he said, listen, I did stuff. Part of it included burning the skin intentionally to get the tissue. So when you take off the Band-Aid tomorrow, it's going to look a little weird. Fair warning. Let's see. I have it on here somewhere. He didn't specify how weird at all.
Cover your eyes, children.
Yeah.
I'm pretty nervous about this.
Because this is insane. Why is it not working?
I hope that we get rated right now.
Yeah, like
as this is happening.
Here.
What the fuck? Here, wait. Center it more. What the fuck? It's not that weird. Why is it like brown though?
Because the skin is partially burnt.
Does it hurt?
No. That's what's weird about it. Is that it hurt like.
Did you touch it?
When I touch it, it hurts. Oh wow! Wait a second. It doesn't hurt today. That's progress.
Okay. You know, my freshman year, dude, it's from living in the dorms, dude. You know how disgusting those places are?
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I lived in the dorms, I got an infection on my arm. Like, it's gross. It's gross. But all right, let's do your
we got
power rankings.
Some, though, because this has completely flown under the radar this morning. But there's another workplace issue going on in the NFL that was released today on ESPN.
And it is.
No one's talking about this, but it's to do with Arizona Cardinals owner Michael Bidwill.
Okay.
This story has flown under the radar, but ESPN published this article. Quote, miserable to people. Former Cardinals employees describe life under owner Michael Bidwill. I have not read this, but I did see that something's going on here. And let's see. He got a DUI in 2019, Bidwill. I know that. Let's see.
Anything from it?
I'm trying to find the actual thing that was on Twitter where they explain what's going on. Because I'm not just going to sit here and read the whole thing. Michael.
But just Bidwill. Workplace.
Here we go. Here, wait, let's get rid of this thing first. There we go. ESPN interviewed more than 36 current and former Cardinals employees, many of whom described a workplace they found abusive and intimidating, in part due to a fear of the owner's unpredictable tirades. That's not good.
No, that's not good. And this team's already a train wreck, too.
It's not a great look.
No.
Not a great look. And no one's
that's
talking
wild.
about it. So I don't know exactly what's going on. All I'm going to say is maybe we should pay attention a little bit.
Yeah, figure it out. Yeah. Arizona, just figure it out. Power rankings.
Yeah. Power rankings, yes. All right. Here we go.
We're not last.
Yeah, no, you're not.
There we go.
First thing I'll say is that I don't know how the Ravens are number 2 either. I actually don't. It was more of someone has to be, and it can't be the Chiefs and it can't be the Niners. Mm-hmm. That, looking at my rankings from last week, left the Ravens. And it was going to be either them or the Dolphins. Because obviously the Chiefs and Niners, after what they put on display last week, even if I think both of them at the end of the day will be fine, can't be number 2. Mm-hmm. It has to be someone else at least for this week. So it just came to be that it was the Ravens.
Pittsburgh moved up 1?
That's part of just teams having to move up and down. It was they're not good. They're a bad football team. There's no reason why they should be number 13. But then look at the teams directly below them. The Falcons, the Jets, the Rams, the Chargers, the Bucks, the Saints. Like, I'm not putting any of them at 13.
I feel like we're in that stretch where the Chargers are going to start to move up every single week.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. No.
So, there's no reason why Pittsburgh should be 13. But look at the teams below them.
I like seeing Tennessee up 6.
That was me having them way too low last week.
Yeah, and Will Levis played like a fucking animal.
He did.
Yeah.
But a lot of that had to do with them playing, with me just having them too low. And number 30 last week, that was just one.
Green Bay down 4. That makes me happy. You know that.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. No really complaints, Josh. Not a lot from me this week. Not a lot.
I mean, it's just interesting because you look at the state of the league. We talk about it every week about just how the league is not very good. I mean,
no, they're not.
From 13 down, it's pretty bad. 13 down. By the way, just reminding you, again, 13 down being bad, 14 make the playoffs. And from 13 down, it's not very good right now in this league.
No, and you look at the top of that list.
Football on display.
You look at that top 14 and you see AFC.
AFC North.
Yeah.
Number 2,
the whole AFC
North. 13.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
That is very wild. But really no complaints with it, Josh. I'm fine with it. Whoa.
Yeah. Brian Gutekunst, unsure if Jordan Love is the long-term franchise answer.
Who's surprised? Raise your hand.
To hear the GM straight up say it, me. To hear the GM say it, yes, I am surprised.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised they're thinking it. I'm surprised they're saying it.
I'm not shocked at all.
Really, you're not surprised that this is like public?
Dude, he's played a horrible football. Horrible. Oh my God. And that just makes my day.
Still openly saying that is surprising to me from an organization like the Packers.
No, it doesn't. You know why it doesn't shock me? Sorry, I was sending that to my father. Why that doesn't shock me is because, dude, they don't keep up with this. The Green Bay Packers, they don't do this. They don't have this quarterback in there because look, the way the Packers have always won games is they'll be losing in the fourth quarter and they tell Aaron Rodgers, hey, go. Do your job. That's all they do. And look, now they don't have that. And all these Packers fans who were trying to say, because they're so used to it, they were so used to it before the beginning of the year, saying, oh, yeah, Jordan Love's going to be a next Hall of Famer. Like, it's that simple because that was their life.
That was just Packers fans.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's been their whole life. Let's
pull this up here. I like doing this. He didn't really play last year. So let's just do this year then.
Wow,
Let's
dude.
just do this year. Let's
Jordan
look at the
Love.
stats and see where this guy ranks.
Wow.
We'll do 100 passing attempts. Let's just see where the dude ranks and all this stuff. I love doing this. Obviously, stats don't always tell the full story, but it's still always interesting to look at. I'm going to share my screen in a second once it's all set up. There you go. There. And there. And that should be good. That's 32. Okay. So the 32 quarterbacks who have attempted at least 100 passes this year. Let's just see. All right. Where's Jordan Love? Right,
I can't believe that, guys. I can't believe their GM came out and said that.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Attempts, he's 18, so middle of the pack. Completions, down to 24.
Wow.
I know where he is in completion percentage, but we'll do it anyway. Dead last. Passing yards, 23. Touchdowns, actually not bad. Interceptions, pretty bad. Touchdown percentage, not bad at all, actually, 9th. Interception percentage, very bad, 28th. Passer rating, 28. Sack rate, 8. Not bad. Yards per attempt, 26. Adjusted, so that adds in touchdowns, like juices it, and interceptions make it worse. 25. Adjusted net, same thing, just they add sacks in there. 24. Yards per game, 19. Success rate, 25. Completed air yards per pass attempt. It's a mouthful.
Dude, this is samfetterman.com. This is
25.
samfetterman.com.
Oh, I spent a lot of time on here too. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Fantasy points per game, not bad, 12. Because I guess he runs it.
Fantasy points don't matter.
Well, it's because it adds in running, 10.
Yeah.
Drops. Here's the thing. Remember, he gets a lot of drops. 8th most. Bad throw rate, 29.
Wow.
On target, 26.
Wow.
Not great.
Wow.
Not great.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad. Dude, that's so nuts. Just imagine like you're just at practice, you do your thing, you wrap up, and then you just look on Twitter and you see that your GM said, yeah, you're not our guy. Like, how degrading that would feel, though? Like, I kind of feel bad at some point. Like, that's
the part that shocks me, is that they came out and said it.
Yeah.
That's the part that had me like, whoa.
And it's not even the off season.
Right. It's the middle of the season.
It's the middle of the season.
That as bad as they've been, they're technically not even in the playoff race because how bad the NFC is. It's unserious. Unserious. That's crazy.
Oh, dude. Wow. Here's the thing. That's nuts.
I mean, we just took a look at the stats, and the eye tests aren't there either. But
no,
it is worth mentioning that how many starts does this man have? 10?
Yeah.
Right. 8, actually. 8 starts.
8 starts in
Listen, I'm not
year
defending
3.
him, but I will say it's been 8 starts. Like,
in his 3rd year in the NFL.
Yeah, 4th. So
4th, my fault.
Exactly. That is the side part of it, is that he's
in his 4th year.
But he has also only started 8 games. But
it's his 4th year. It's his 4th year in the NFL.
No, I agree.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's something. That news that helps me feel better. That makes my day better.
Yeah. You want to get into Thursday Night Football?
Yes, I do.
I have not gotten around to making the tickers, but I have this.
Okay, that's fine. The Titans, and the Steelers.
For fun, I'll tell you, because I can look at it right here. I can tell you that the all-time series between these two teams is 48-32 Pittsburgh with 4 playoff games in there. There you go. All time. Played a lot. Former divisional rivals, that's why. Back when they were the Oilers. But it is going to be Will Levis, and it is going to be Kenny Pickett. Despite the injuries, we weren't sure, but Pickett's going to go. Pickett is going to play, which is very interesting. Before, though, we get into it, because I just realized I forgot to put this up, and this is going to pain me to do, but we'll show you the pick'em standings and the absolute fall from grace that I've had. You might remember, 2 weeks ago, I was only 4 games off from the fans, sitting in 2nd place. Now I am 10 games back and in 4th. Burns is 1 game up on Michael, but still 6 back on the fans. The fans are dominating right now.
Yep.
I got my first lock of the week wrong last week, where I got the Chiefs over the Broncos, but I still have the best percentage there at 7-1. We'll look at this as well at the end, in case you're wondering how many times you've picked that. Everyone's
hey, what's up, Book It Raid?
There we go.
We are doing our Thursday Night Football picks right now, so perfect timing. Here we go.
But Burns, the only teams.
Yes, sir.
Michael, there's only one team that Michael has not picked this year, and it shocked me. It'll shock him when I tell him. It's the Falcons.
Really?
The only team Michael has yet to pick. I've picked everyone at least once. And I've picked against everyone at least once. For the fans, the Titans, they are yet to pick. So we'll see if that changes tomorrow. The Patriots, the Panthers, and the Cardinals. For you, it is just the Panthers and Cardinals. So you've picked everyone. And then in terms of picking every week, Michael has picked the Eagles every week. The fans have picked the Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, and Niners every week. And the only team you've picked every week is Kansas City. All right.
That's pretty good. Well, all right, Joshua. I got my pick loaded up. In this game, when I looked at it, I didn't know what to do. But I looked at my book, and the spread on this game is 3.5.
Oh.
Give me my upset of the week.
Eligible.
I'm going with Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans to get it done in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, get it done. Go to 500. Will Levis is the answer.
What's your score?
He is the answer. Because I also have my lay that I do every primetime game. I got the Titans plus 3.5. I got the under at 36.5.
We acknowledged the raid.
We did. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. And then I got Kenny Pickett under 32.5 passing attempts. That is it right there. So I got the under at 36.5, and I'm going to ride with give me the Titans to win. Oof. 20-14.
20-14.
20-14.
All right. So here's the thing with this matchup. This is a really interesting game. Because Tennessee as a whole has not looked great this year. But what we saw last week with Levis was very promising. They were throwing the ball very well. Derrick Henry also ran the ball well. They like to play a physical style of football. Well, that is Pittsburgh's entire identity. So those two teams match up very well against each other. Cameron Hayward might be back for this game. He has not played since week 1, going on IR. That's a big time player being brought back for the Steelers.
Yep.
And this Titans offense has a real test here against this Steelers defense, because while this Steelers offense is abysmal, this defense is legit, and they're getting back a great player in Cam Hayward. So the question is, first of all, I'll say, was the over-under 36, you said?
Yes, 36.5.
36.5. I would take that bet as the under, because I think these two teams are going to be playing ball control football, physical football. These two teams are going to be trying to win the time of possession battle, trying to have 8 or 9 minute drives. That's how both of these teams like to play. That's both of these teams' strength.
Yeah.
It's in Pittsburgh. We know how good they are at home. Tennessee, though, coming in hot. This could go either way. I'm torn on this one. I don't know. Because Pickett, even though he's playing, is banged up as well.
Yeah.
This Titans defense is not good. The Titans defense, while their strength is stopping the run, they have the guys back there that can stop George Pickens, can stop Deontay Johnson now back in there. No. I'll say Steelers. 17-14.
Wow. Okay.
That's a tough pick. Okay. Go either way.
All right.
17-14 Pittsburgh.
I think you're wrong. I think the Titans are going to.
I would love to be wrong.
Dominate. Yeah, you would. You would.
I'm already doing.
I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. So we're different on this one. Did Michael submit his pick yet or no?
No. Knowing him, I would think he's going to go with the Steelers. That's just a guess. I don't know. The fans are yet to pick the Titans, so we'll see if that changes. I doubt it will. But we'll see.
No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will in this one. But all right. That's good. All right. I got the Titans. Josh has the Steelers. And we'll be back here with all of our picks around the entire. Yeah. We'll be back with all of our picks around the entire NFL on Friday at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Make sure to come and join. Thank you guys so much for supporting us 25 episodes into the show.
Yes.
We truly do appreciate it. Thank you all so much, and we will see you boys on Friday. Deuces, y'all.
Then. All right.